What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Somebody once told me the world is gone.
Yo, what is up, guys? So today is a different type of pace. It's a new day, and I got a new story time for you guys. I know you guys like my story times. My last one did really well, and it has to do with this story time just a little bit, as like, you know, just little parts where, you know, you can go check it out right now. You know, the link is gonna be in the bio, or you can wait until after the video and you can click on it. You know, so basically this story is basically like, you know, the title, what it says, you know, my online crush and stuff like that. So what happened was, you know, it was, you know, after, you know, like I said, I broke up with my, you know, my actual girlfriend, and then after the catfish one, and I was kind of just like, you know, I was just chilling. I was just doing my own thing, you know. I was just kind of just looking away to take off the pain and all that. So basically what happened was, you know, I was on Instagram. I was just, you know, doing my shit. You know, I was just scrolling around, looking through all my stuff. And I saw these little posts, you know, those little rate me posts. And I don't condone anybody be like, oh, you know, you should rate someone on the looks and stuff like that, or whatever. But, you know, I was just doing it for, you know, fun. You know what I'm saying? And I would rate everything. It talked about, you know, how the person looks, you know, would you date them? You know, all the little typical stuff, you know, where you can hit them up on. And she did. And I just left it alone. I didn't think much of it. I kind of just, you know, went off, did my own thing. You know, like I said, I was just looking through Instagram still. And then, like, I guess 5 minutes later, the girl, she hit me up. And, you know, like, all this stuff. Like, I was like, okay. It was good stuff about me and good stuff about her. And I was like, okay, okay. And by the way, you know, no, there's nothing bad about this girl, you know, no stuff like that, you know, don't try to, like, search for her or anything. You know, she's really, really awesome. I love her, she's great, she's amazing, you know, words can't describe. But during this time, not so much, you know what I mean? Like, during this time, like, bad things happen and we just have bad vibes. So back to where I was, yeah. She hit me up saying all this nice stuff and, you know, how I look good and all that stuff. And, like, you can hit me up on, like, Kick and all that stuff. That's when Kick was really popping at the time. So, I hit her up on Kick. And, you know, like I said, for some reason, I don't know what it is about Kick, but it's just, like, during those times, like, I was just popping on there, you know what I mean? Like, just things were just right. You know, everything just clicked for me like that. And, we just, like, started flirting out the bat. You know, we were flirting, talking, all this stuff. And I asked her to get to know her a little bit more, you know what I mean? And she was telling me that, you know, a lot of things, you know, that didn't make sense, but then at the same time, it was kind of sad, so I didn't really question it. You know what I mean? Like, one thing was, like, her parents died, and she was living with her brother, who was a tattoo parlor, and she goes to her aunt and uncle's house at times and stuff like that. And basically, when, you know, when I would, like, ask you, like, where are you and stuff like that, she would always be at her aunt and uncle's house. I'm like, why aren't you staying with your brother and stuff like that? And she'll give me some excuse. I'm like, all right, whatever, it's cool. And then I started to notice other people. Like, there was a little girl, and then there was an older, like, I guess, young woman, whatever. And I was kind of just like, who are they? And she was just like, oh, they're just their kids and stuff like that. And, you know, a little bit time went on, but then, what happened? Oh, today is actually, you know, our low-key, I would say, anniversary. Where, like, I think this is the time where we met and we first, like, you know, video chatted. Because, you know, after, you know, the catfish thing, I was just like, I was kind of skeptical. And I don't know who asked to, you know, video chat first. I think she did. I was just like, I was kind of skeptical because, like, what happened? She's not who she really says she is and stuff like that and blah, blah, blah. And then we did. And I'm not going to lie, that was the first time I ever did that. And it was really nerve-wracking and stuff like that, because I was just like, I'm talking to, like, you know, a girl, like, across this. Because me and my ex did that, but, you know, you're a girl. So it was like, that wasn't really weird, but we weren't together, nothing. So, you know, and the thing I really liked about that, and still today, is we literally video chatted every day. We didn't miss a day at all. When school started, when things would get busy, stuff like that, we still had time to video chat every day. And that's what I used to really love about that. You know, how she was just consistent. She always did that. And I started to notice like there was more people around. They started telling her like certain stuff. I'd be like, why would your aunt and uncle tell you stuff like that? Only like parents would act a certain way like that, you know what I mean? And she had one of those cool parents, you know what I mean? Those parents that weren't like really strict and weren't like really, you know, like how parents were. Like they were cool parents, you know? And they're great parents. They're great people. I guess the girls in there, they started to act a certain way too. I started to notice and pick up. And I did something like, you know me, after that whole catfish thing, I just started going investigating mode because I was like, alright, stuff is starting to seem fishy now. And I see one of her friends and I seen stuff about her and stuff like that. I was just like, hold up. I'm like, your parents aren't really dead, are they? You know?
Like this dove.
Oh my God.
For here where I fly away and be at rest.
You know what I mean? And stuff like just little stuff like that. And those girls were her sisters actually, and stuff like that. So I was like, why? Like, why would you lie about that? Like, that's so crucial. It's like, oh, I don't know, you know, stuff like that. I was just like, alright, whatever. I'll just let it go. It's whatever. It happens. And I guess like somewhere down the line we started to really get close. We started talking about a lot of things. We started to get deep, you know, stuff like that. There was a point when she had a boyfriend, you know, and that kind of bothered me because, you know, I was kind of feeling it, you know what I'm saying? You know. But, you know, it was whatever. It was literally whatever. But, you know, you're kind of jealous at the time because you're feeling them. You try to be cool. You try to help them and give them advice and stuff like that. And, you know, they didn't really last long. They did break up at a certain point. And I'll tell you, I've never been like so like stoked and happy because cool. He messed up. Now it's time for me to do my thing. And you know, one thing I realized, she was a bad girl. Like she did a lot of bad things. I felt like I was, you know, her parent or her babysitter or guardian. I was like, no, you can't do that. You need to stop. Like this is bad. Don't do that. You know, stuff like that. And I don't know why she kept doing bad things. She just kept doing it. And like, you know, her parents would talk to me sometimes like, yo, can you talk to her and stuff like that? Like, you know.
Tell me why you didn't take the trash out, huh? You just gonna let her
Dad.
Evan, what would you have done?
I would have taken it out.
Help me, nigga!
Because I slowly started to build a relationship with her entire family. And like, there was a certain point when I was like literally a part of them. Like, they would ask where I'm at or what I'm doing and stuff like that. They would come talk to me on the little video chat or whatever. And, you know, it was pretty nice at the time. But the problem was with that was I started to play off as, like, I started to grow off as, like, I'm some kind of brother. I'm some kind of, you know, something like that. Where I didn't want to be, like, seen like that. That's not what I wanted to be seen. You know what I mean? I wanted to seem like that guy who was just talking to her and being cool and being there for her and stuff like that. So that's what, like, sucked for me. But at the same time, it was cool. But it was just a win-loss situation. And, there was a point where, like, we wouldn't argue like that. It was like rare if we did argue. It was like something really small and we'd get over it. Because she was one of those type of girls that was like really goofy, really funny, you know, really all that. I really loved that because the girls I was with before, they were like really sad, really depressing. They just did all this stuff like, you know, that brought me down, which I didn't need. But she gave me something like, you know, to go up, to be happy, to, you know, stuff like that. And I really liked that. And there was this point where she would just, you know, she just would lie a lot. That's the problem. She would just lie. She just consistently lie. I don't know why. To the point where, like, there was one day where we got into this, like, argument. I don't know what it was about, but it was a big one. And this time, I don't know what it was about that day, but I just put my whole feelings into, you know, into what I was texting and typing and all that stuff, you know, because we weren't video chatting at the time. And, you know, she would always, you know, text me with other accounts or with different people and she'd be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, this time, you know, I honestly thought it was her. You know, I was just, you know, saying everything. That was the first time I really put my feelings out there. And then she would text me, oh, you know, this is her sister, right? And then I'd be like, uh-huh, whatever. And I would just keep going and going and going. Until, like, eventually, like, I guess what I really realized is when, I guess I was on social media, I was checking something. I was like, alright, let me go look at her account real quick. I looked at her account, and I was blocked. I was like, why am I blocked? And then I went to her sister's account and I was blocked there too on Instagram and Snapchat. And I was just like, oh shit. No, like this is not like, this is crazy. And then I texted her on we used to do like the Uvu, like, you know, I used to do Uvu and all that. So I texted her on Uvu. I was like, yo, what's happening and stuff like that. And then she told me like actually was her sister. She told the whole family and stuff like that, and they were shocked and stuff like that. And I was just like, damn. I mean, I don't take back what I said or anything that I said in that paragraph, but at the same time, it was my true feelings and how I felt. And I understand her family being mad and stuff like that, but I don't understand like why she treated me a different way after that. Like she started to treat me bad and started to treat me a certain way. And my old friend at the time, you know, she knew him, she texted him, and she was saying all this bad stuff behind my back, which I never knew or like knew she felt. And I was just like, damn. I was like, hold up. Since when did you feel this type of way? Like, you know, I don't suggest, you know, go fighting someone who's talking about you or anything like that. No. You know what I'm saying? You can confront the person, you can talk about the person, but that's it. You don't need to go, like, you know, fight them for no reason. So, you know, I did confront her because, you know, that's not right. You don't talk about someone like that, you know, especially when you close like that. And I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that just became beef. We had a lot of beef. And, like, times after that, you know, we would talk on the down low, but things would just weren't the same. It was just consistent, like, beef and anger. And we we'll be on and off again. We'll talk, we'll block each other, we'll talk, we'll block each other, we'll talk. And this is like the girl I wanted, you know? But, you know, the reason why I didn't really try so hard is because there was something that she lied to me that was really bad that I didn't even know about. That like messed up everything even before like the whole argument happened. So it was kind of just like, it was bound to end that way. But it was just like really bad because, like, you know, what can you do? And what happened? Oh, so like now we're pretty cool. We're pretty like, you know, I care for her and stuff like that. She's amazing. She's great and all that. But, you know, I had to, if you're watching this, I had to tell them. I had to let them know how you do your boy. You don't do your boy like that, and there ain't gonna be no repercussions. You know what I'm saying? No repercussions. Anyway, so like I said, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. And, you know, we're gonna be the fastest, strongest growing family on YouTube. I already know it. I believe in it. You guys gotta believe in it. So I hope you guys hop aboard the Atrain and let's go places. Peace.
Fire when the strong hits you.
That's it, friend? Yes.